Welcome any seekers who come across this video looking to maybe just hear something that helps create a realization, better understanding, or even of what you're experiencing or what you might seek to experience if you practice certain spiritual practices, personal development practices. It's all the same. Seeing we're just spirits going about a human form life, learning, growing. Who knows what the whole big story is, but I'm going with do the best here while you're here and use whatever guidance tools you can find. And sometimes the ones we gathered over our youth, growing up, of course, we all start from the same place, cannot always be the best or the best for us, you know. It's not like you sought it out. Some of the times it was forced on you. You found it, whatever little insecurities or overconfidence or confidence or egotistical mindsets you've developed that's clouding your judgment, and you know it somehow because you're seeking some kind of change and you really want to retrain your thought process and your mind and your experience here in life. How do I retrain my thought process? How do I change the way I'm experiencing life on a daily basis? You know, it takes time to get to the dailies. Sometimes it's in a moment-to-moment basis. You know, how can I begin to make some adjustments mentally in my mind that are gonna help influence these changes to be more regularly occurring? Well, you're gonna reach into some spiritual practice because that's really where it all begins. And you can do, but you know, you're not here if you're thinking psychology and you're thinking, even though it's all good, but if you're thinking those ideas, it's like, fine, you know, the scientific approach, it's also all different people. It's many different ways. We're all going to be here experiencing life. But if you're someone who's feeling the inner guidance, feeling drawn towards spiritual information and transformative thinking through a spiritual mind, I'm going to offer some of that in future videos as well. But this particular video, I'm just kind of give you a quick breakdown on small steps and ways and whys and the hows and the whens. We can begin some small steps in the mind. All right. So the reason I say small steps, because a lot of times I get in conversations with people and they look at it like it's this whole big slate that they got to cross, when the reality is small practices, like when they say mindfulness is when you're constantly aware. So that's also awareness of your approach and what's going on around you and what you're doing and why you're doing it and the reasons behind it. You're very mindful. You're mindful of what others, how it may affect them. You wouldn't do something mindfully that, well, you might, but you shouldn't. That could, you know, not be for someone else's, you know, that would bring someone down. So, yes, back again. So, small practices like meditation are great. The reason we meditate is because you're gonna quiet your mind a little bit. And then when you're not meditating, when you're out in the busy day life, as you practice more meditation, you might experience more quieter mind. And that's in that space is where you open up the mindfulness, because you're not distracted by what this one said, the drama story over here, or the bills you need to pay, or should I or shouldn't I do this or that. Or, you know, the millions of little things I see people get hung up on their texting chats, or, you know, their conversation on a daily basis revolves around one small aspect of their life that they are not affecting it in any way when they carry it with them and talk about it and share it with others. If they're just doing it because, I don't know, they like to vent out their frustrations and they want to share them with other people, like that type of carrying that around it's not helping raise your vibration. It's lowering your frequency. So a mindful practice is to be aware that what you say and how you think and how you talk, how you express yourself is the vibration you feel and is how you're gonna be perceived by others along your journey. So, when you want to influence somebody or you want to get to know somebody, you just want to have a good experience in the presence of another human being, be the good experience for yourself. Because if you are the good experience for yourself, and knowing what the good experience for yourself is, it's an experience that you're not having negative thoughts, you're not discussing things in the past and, dislikes and disdain for certain situations. You're talking about a more involved conversation that's not one-sided, all about you. So a more involved conversation is the goal in creating good energy. So that means you're mindful, you're hearing what's being said to you. You're not thinking about, The practice is staying present in your communications, not allowing emotions, your moods, or thoughts to distort what is being said, what information is coming, and where it is coming from. This practice will help enhance your experience every time you take a mindful approach to interacting with a more clear, undistracted, present mind that is of a positive vibration, a higher vibration, not clouded by negativity. It is called a practice because something you need to mindfully do when approaching your interactions. With every new approach, every new interaction, you will begin to see the experiences changing and altering and becoming more enjoyable, having a more enjoyable life experience on a moment-to-moment basis as you apply these techniques will become, in time, just a regular way of life.